And I remember asking my sister, I said, when is everything going to go back to normal? She's like, never, you've given up a part of what normal is. It's not going to be normal anymore.
This is the new normal.
This is the new normal. You contemplate all of the ways in which life could harm this baby while they're in your care. And you seriously contemplate, murder. If someone came close to your child, you'd kill them, and that's a really intense new kind of love that you have never experienced. So when that's threatened by a sickness or they're crying and they won't stop and it feels like it's never going to end, you realize that you've become capable of emotions that know a depth now that you never even contemplated. And then they get sick or they cry and there's this intense anxiety of wanting to protect them. It's really, you feel like an animal almost, you want to protect them and you want to preserve them, and you'll do anything to help keep this child alive, this person alive. One time I was taking a picture of her holding my camera above her head. She was a couple days old, and I thought if I dropped this camera, it would obliterate her. You would kill for them, you would kill for them, and immediately, the minute they're out of your body, I didn't even know what to say. And it's so fantastic because you're pregnant and you make all these contemplations of what they're going to look like. And, you attach all these personality traits to their name. And then they come out and they're completely their own person. And all of that goes out the window and you're totally in love with that. It's like, you have all these expectations for people in your life, for your job, for your spouse. And when they don't meet up to them, you're kind of upset about it. There's a letdown there, but not with a baby. It's, all excitement. I remember right after she was born, well, I guess she was probably about a month old. My husband left for the day and he stopped back in to see me, and I passed her, who I'd had all morning, off to him to do some task, change her diaper or just hold her, whatever. And I looked at her and she knew, I thought, me and preferred me only because I was giving so much to that relationship, And then he's holding her and she's fine. And okay, I want her to have a relationship with her dad, but here I am all day long, all night long. I gave up my, body for her, my time for her, all these things. And then she's just as easily taken care of by someone else. It was a big question of my not worth, but, I had built up this expectation of, and I'll take care of her and I'll fill this place in her life and establish this thing that no one else could, But then you realize that, somebody else can. All of a sudden she started making cooing, gurgly noises. And her gaze, that's one of the things when she was first born, I would look into her eyes and I swear there was just nothing there. There were responses and synapses firing and preferences and hunger and all of these senses, but it's like their eye is jelly. It's just glazed over. Did you think that? Mm-hmm. There's just nothing there. Where is their personality? Where is a recognition? Where's a connection? So yeah, when she was about 3 months old, all of a sudden that glaze was gone. She was no more this little alien slippery thing. She had lived long enough maybe to develop preferences and make some kind of relationship at the most elementary level. And I don't know, she just started making these noises, and her gaze, she would keep an eye contact with you. And for me, I loved seeing her smile, but the biggest one, the most punctuated moment was my husband had her on our bed and was pinching her cheeks, together, making this pucker fish face. And the more he did it, the more she smiled and smiled and smiled and smiled. And then I realized that she had preferences and that she liked him, and she would smile big when I would recognize that she was smiling. And it was incredibly fulfilling to realize that, okay, this is what I was wanting. This is what I was planning for. In my mind, when I thought of having a baby, this is what it was. So you just have to get through that rough period. You have to be patient enough to realize that the haze is going to lift. And the only way you can do that is to go through it. No one can tell you it's going to get better because you're so mired in the thick of the experience of just keeping them alive.